Season 1, Episode 3, Theta Amara, Back in the House. The lake was 30 minutes from campus, but distance has never prevented consequences from arriving early. By Monday morning, the dock had already been softened into something manageable. Police cleared the scene. Rental lights disappeared. The warped board remained exactly where it split, which is how wood keeps its own version of truth. Ryder tossed her keys onto the counter. Everyone needs to relax. It was one bad moment. One bad moment becomes a headline if you let it, Kinsley replied without looking up. If anyone asks, it was an accident, and everyone cooperated. Harlow hovered near the stairs. He almost died. Unfortunate, Kinsley corrected smoothly. We are not escalating language. Blaire looked up then, and the room adjusted before she even spoke. Language is not the problem, she said evenly. Inconsistency is. Kinsley's phone stilled in her hand. Strong houses survive by controlling vocabulary. Powerful ones control direction. Blaire added quietly, "We have recovered before." Sloane dropped her overnight bag near the couch. "We move on. That's what strong houses do." Nova stepped closer and inhaled. "Do you smell that?" Blaire asked. "Smell what?" "Wet wood, like the dock followed us home." Ryder snapped, "That's in your head." Blaire's gaze shifted to the bag. "Nothing follows us unless we carry it." Sloane zipped it shut too quickly. Agreement settled over the room. And agreement is often the first sign that someone is afraid. The script at dinner. Dinner at Theta Amara was never about food. It was where loyalty was tested without anyone acknowledging the test. Kinsley set her glass down carefully. No one talks about the weekend. If anyone asks, it was an accident. Sloane added, "We protect the house." Ryder leaned back. "It's not like anything actually happened." Harlow's fork paused. "Something happened." Blaire let the silence stretch before speaking. "Consistency will not protect us. The story has to be identical. Precision is protection. Vagueness is liability." Sloane nodded too fast. "I was on the porch most of the night anyway." Nova lifted her eyes. "I thought you told police you were inside with alumni." Sloane froze. "I moved around." "Porch and inside are not the same thing." Ryder cut in. "It's basically the same thing," Nova replied. "Not under oath." Under the table, Kinsley's phone lit up. Recently deleted, one item. She flipped it face down. Blaire saw it. She always does. Sloane said suddenly, "We are not guilty." Innocent people rarely introduce that word first. Blaire folded her hands. "Then we act like women with nothing to hide." And this time, it sounded like a warning. Chapter. Chapter meetings reward discipline and punish deviation. Kinsley stood at the front. "This house does not leak. If one of us fractures, all of us pay." Sloane echoed, "We do not crack." The house comes before feelings. There it was. Blaire rose slowly. You do not need to remember every detail. You need to remember what you committed to when you accepted these letters. Commitment is stronger than recollection. It always has been. Harlow's voice trembled. What if the truth doesn't line up? Silence. Kinsley replied, Then we are missing context. Nova watched Blaire carefully. Blaire continued, If one detail shifts, we all feel it. Nova asked, Shifts how? Sideways pressure collapses structures faster than direct force. Harlow suddenly stood. He was standing. I saw him standing. The room snapped toward her. Sloane's voice hardened. Careful. Harlow's breath hitched. I remember. Blaire stepped in, calm and precise. Memory is emotional. Commitment is structural. Perception can be managed. Memory is volatile. That volatility had just entered the room. The house has ears. Old houses absorb sound and return it when the timing is useful. Sloane stood halfway up the stairs into her phone. They don't have anything. The footage is gone. Gone how? Ryder called. Corrupted. Kinsley stepped out of the laundry room. You're certain? Yes. Blaire's voice drifted from the kitchen. Nothing disappears without assistance. Ryder hesitated. You think someone touched it? The bag was dry, Nova said quietly. Everyone turned. Harlow wrapped her arms around herself. Can we stop? At 2:11 a.m., I heard a drawer close in your room, Nova continued. Sloane stiffened. Are you accusing me of something? I'm observing you, Nova replied. Conflict rarely begins with shouting. It begins with noticing. Kinsley stepped between them. We are spiraling. No, Nova said. We are protecting someone. The room went still. Blaire's eyes locked onto Nova's. Fear makes people careless, Blaire said softly. Carelessness is what investigators look for. And what are you afraid of? Nova asked. Blaire did not blink. Exposure. That word was heavier than arrest, because exposure means intention. Lyra Ashmore. Some threats never receive invitations. Lyra Ashmore waited outside the student union like she knew Blaire would pass. You look tired. I am busy. Busy managing damage? Nova lingered nearby. You always hated when things got messy, Lyra continued. They didn't get messy. They got handled. Lyra smiled faintly. Declan called me at 10:39. Blaire's composure shifted by half a breath. He said he had something. Audio. Nova stopped scrolling. He thought someone was scared, not of scandal, of losing control. Blaire stepped closer. Be careful what you imply. Lyra's voice dropped. He didn't trust the fall. Silence. Lyra held her gaze a beat longer than necessary before walking away. Knowledge is power. Backup knowledge is insurance, and insurance changes behavior. The text. Midnight reveals what daylight excuses. Blaire's phone lit up. Unknown number. You always hated when things shifted sideways. Her pulse flickered. Who is it? Ryder asked. No one. Another message appeared. We should talk before they do. They who? Harlow whispered. Blaire ignored the question and opened her photos, zooming into the east side of the dock. Nova watched. You're looking at the board. I'm looking at angles. Angles don't splinter wood. Sideways force does, Blaire answered automatically. The room went still. How do you know that? Sloane asked. Blaire hesitated half a second too long. Because I checked it earlier. You went back? Yes. Alone? Yes. Structures rarely fail without warning. They fail when pressure is applied deliberately. Nova held Blaire's gaze. What shifted that night? Blaire did not look away. Nothing shifted. It surfaced.